Hello again, this is Eric Arnold coming to you from the Sports Barn. It's Wednesday, June 30th, and we're here to bring you some MLB picks for free. I believe we have five on the slate here for Wednesday. Well, disappointing Tuesday. Disappointed. We lost yesterday. Not good. Bunch of one-run losses. The most annoying of all the things you can do is lose by one run. And we did that in spades. One winner, three losers, including our top play going down in flames. I mean, I guess I can't be that mad we lost our top play. It was a plus 200 dog. It wasn't like we had, I guess if we're looking for silver linings, I did say in Monday's video that the Astros were overvalued. So we've avoided getting punched in the face with the Astros these past 2 days. I know some of you have gone down hard on those guys. They were on such a run, and then all of a sudden now they're losing as minus 300 favorites. That'll just wreck your week when that happens. But at any rate, what did we do? We had the Royals. Oh, gee. I mean, bad Brad Keller. Honestly, we can't even be that upset because we're lucky we got within a run. We're lucky we got that close. This guy's line was like he gave up 10 hits, 5 walks in 5 innings, and somehow only gave up 6 runs. I don't know what the Royals manager or what the management of the Royals think or what they're doing. This guy clearly can't get anybody out, but they just keep rolling him out there to take a shelling every 5th day. I guess it's just designated. I guess we need to look at that in the future. It's like anytime Keller pitches, the Royals are just letting him out there to get beat on. It's a designated lose day. I guess it's a designated save the bullpen day. All right, Brad, go give us 130 pitches and just get your ass kicked. And if we're going to lose, it's okay. It's okay. We expect to lose those games. We're setting up the rest of the week when it's your turn to pitch. I don't know. Maybe that's a strategy. The game that really hurt was that stupid break. The Braves Mets. I mean, there's that word again, Mets. I can't get that team right to save my life. The Braves have a 3-0 lead. Charlie Morton's cruising. He's going into the 7th inning. Guy gets on base. He strikes the guy out. Bad call by the umpire. The umpire doesn't give him the call. And then the guy walks. And then the next guy hits a 3-run home run on an 0-2 pitch. Are you fucking kidding me? Jesus Christ. Oh, for God's sakes. And then the Braves bullpen couldn't even hold it there. And that was it. Lose 4-3. Something about that Braves team, they're missing something. I don't know what it is. It occurred to me that it's possible they just have maybe too much talent. In other words, they're reading their press clippings. Ronald Acuna is just satisfied with being great and doesn't care if he wins or not. I don't know. That's possible because they're not winning, and they seem to maybe think it's just going to be gifted to them. They should have won that game last night. That is a game they absolutely should have gotten and somehow found a way to piss it away. So I think we got to be real careful with the Braves going forward. I may have said that at some point in the past, but we have to relearn all our lessons twice, at least twice here in the barn. So that was a loser. The Brewers, they win the game. I got to see how many times this has happened. If we make money or lose money by trying to get sneaky with the run line. Because the Brewers won 2-1, but we had the run line, so we lost. I don't know. The Brewers were, they scored 14 runs the night before, and then, of course, they went out and got 2 hits. Son of a bitch. I mean, I don't know. So that was incredibly disappointing. I mean, the only thing that saved us from being a complete, no show, I'm hiding in a corner day is the Cardinals squeaked by. And I mean squeaked by. They could have lost that game very easily. Their bullpen, is this that guy, Andrew Miller? Was he the guy that was so unhittable in the mid-decade when he pitched for the Indians? Because he came out there and just walked a guy in like he'd never pitched before, like he had no idea how to throw a strike. I'm thinking, wow, this game's just about to go right up the pipe right now as I'm watching it. And somehow he got a guy to pop up to left field. I'm certain if that batter had not swung the bat, if he had just stood there, he would have walked too. There's no way that guy was going to throw three straight strikes. Not a chance in the world. But we got lucky there. So it was a bad night. I don't know if the Braves game was probably bad handicapping. That was bad handicapping, I'm thinking. The rest might just be, the breaks bounced against us. At any rate, Pittsburgh Louis had a big night. He returned to the winner's circle in a big way. He doubled up on the big underdog Texas Rangers. They came through big for him, so he restored his great record. He's back up around 57% now with that big night he had last night. So, well, I was thinking about this last night as the game were ending. I thought, well, kind of depressed, didn't have a good night, don't feel good, not feeling very smart at the moment. And then I thought to myself, could be worse. I could be Trevor Bauer. I'm not as stupid as that. For those of you that have missed it, Trevor Bauer has been accused of some kind of assault. The details are not exactly clear. Is it a sexual assault? Is it just plain assault? A woman, I guess what happened, the alleged event took place in May of this year, I believe. She has just now filed for a temporary restraining order against Bauer, which was granted. And now they've turned their evidence over to the, I believe, Pasadena Police Department, who's going to decide whether or not to charge Bauer. I imagine they're going to do some kind of investigation and then determine whether or not to charge Bauer. Now, the details of this from the woman are relatively vague. Bauer and his attorney have come out pretty quick and released a statement. Now, here's what Bauer's attorney has said about this. Mr. Bauer had a brief and wholly consensual sexual relationship initiated by, and then he names her, but nowhere can I find this name. In other words, the attorney said what the woman's name is, and then the press is just like, oh, no, don't tell us. We don't want to hear it. Can't hear it. Don't want to hear it. So they just refer to her as the woman. So we'll just read what they've got here. This is coming from, I believe, Jeff Passan. I couldn't find the actual statement. I checked the lawyer's website and it wasn't posted there. But anyway, Mr. Bauer had a brief and wholly consensual sexual relationship initiated by the woman beginning in April of 2021. We have messages that show the woman repeatedly asking for rough sexual encounters, including requests to be choked out, that's in quotes, choked out and slapped in the face. In both of their encounters, the woman drove from San Diego to Mr. Bauer's residence in Pasadena, California, where she went on to dictate what she wanted from him sexually, and he did what was asked. Now I've learned from The Sopranos that that's called topping from the bottom. In other words, she's telling him how she wants to be slapped around and choked out, but she's in control. She's the one dictating the action, and he's you know, he's doing the slapping, but he's, you know, the submissive one being the bottom. He's doing what he's being told. All right, back to the statement. Let's see. Following each of her only 2 meetings with Mr. Bauer, the woman spent the night and left without incident, continuing to message Mr. Bauer with friendly and flirtatious banter. In the days following their second and final encounter, the woman shared photos of herself and indicated that she had sought medical care for a concussion. Mr. Bauer responded with concern and confusion, and the woman was neither angry nor accusatory. Mr. Bauer and the woman have not corresponded in over a month and have not seen each other in over 6 weeks. Her basis for filing a protection order is non-existent, fraudulent, and deliberately omits key facts, information, and her own relevant communications. Any allegations that the pair's encounters were not 100% consensual are baseless, defamatory, and will be refuted to the fullest extent of the law. End statement. So, there's a lot to unpack there. I guess I'm just like mystified by this younger generation. It's like, how old is Trevor Bauer? Is he? I think he's 30 years old. This reads like somebody who's in college or something. Like they've never had sex before, that they've never met a strange woman before. It's like, are you kidding me? I mean, this is a woman you just met online, and she wants you to kick the shit out of her? I mean, you didn't see her being set up? Holy shit, man. Oh, I mean, this strikes me as a job for a professional, you know? I mean, if you're going to go in for this sort of thing, it just seems like it would be safer if you use somebody that brought receipts, somebody that said, yep, I'm into that sort of thing. Here's references of people I've let kick the shit out of me, and they've said that, you know, that I didn't like try to turn the tables and sue them afterwards and that sort of thing. Just seems like, you know, this is a job for Charlie Sheen or something, that he needs to teach Trevor Bauer what to do here if you want to get into that. Come on, man. I mean, this is somebody you just met online? You didn't see this as a setup? I mean, you know, all right, I'm probably being a little jumping to conclusions here. It sounds setup-ish, but, you know, let's take her side of the story. You know, just because I told you to slap me in the face, I mean, you know, they slapped me in the face, and maybe Trevor Bauer decided, hey, slap, bam! I mean, you know, you can't do that, I don't think. I think that's out of bounds. I mean, hell, you didn't even give me a chance to use my safe word if you just bam! And just pound me right in the face. So that seems like that would be basis for some kind of action, lawsuit, what have you, if that's what happened. I don't know. You know, perhaps that is what happened. I don't know. It just, I don't know. You just met this person online. It's just like, what are you doing, dude? I wouldn't, the bit about the restraining order being granted, I would read nothing into that. In other words, that's my understanding of how those type of things work, is that they're just like automatically granted. That, especially in a state like California, where they basically, you know, they have a if-then chart, basically. It's like, okay, is the accuser a woman? Check, yes. Is the accused a man? Check, yes. Is the accused a powerful Democrat politician? No. Okay, grant restraining order. You know, if the answer isn't for the other questions, if not any of those are opposite, then you don't grant it. But as long as you can check those boxes, then you always grant the thing. It's a temporary, that's the word, temporary. So once they gather some more facts, then they'll say, oh, all right, this is all bullshit. Or yes, there is something to this. So it'll be curious to see. My guess is nothing's going to come of this. This just feels like Bauer is the one that has the receipts. Bauer is the one that's going to have the text messages that makes this woman look like a crazy person. But, ultimately, you just don't know what happened in the bedroom between two people with no other witnesses. So, mistake, Mr. Bauer, mistake. Mistake. So, what else? Well, let's get to the picks. Let's do that. Let's do that. All right, what do we have here? We got a top play out in Colorado with the Rockies. I think I said earlier this week that we were looking at the Pirates. I guess we're off that now. I mean, these guys got one hit last night. The guy pitched a complete game against them, and he did it in 92 pitches, under 100 pitches. That means, to me, that's just the total indictment of the Pirates. It's like, what are you guys doing? You got one hit and you only made the guy throw 90-some pitches? That's crazy. I mean, that's crazy. I want to play against that team. That's a team that's not making much of an effort. Now their best player didn't play yesterday, and the internet seems to think it was just a normal day off there for Mr. Reynolds. He's their best player. Hey, there's no telling. He might have been hurt. There's no telling. If we'll find out. He might be back in the lineup today, ready to hit 300 or whatever. But that's just a hidden benefit for us in case the guy doesn't play. We still like it. Play, no play. We like that. Just think the Rockies. This is a relatively cheap price. The Rockies play like they're a playoff team at home, essentially. And they play like they're worse than the Diamondbacks when they're on the road. So for now, let's just ride that. Just go ahead and take the Rockies. That's a top play. Pittsburgh Louie texted me here and told me that the Indians are already rained out. It's only like 9 o'clock. What do you mean it's already rained out? This was one of our better plays of the day, going against Jose Arena. That's more or less it. Quantrill, for the most part, has been a reliever. He's a number one pick. He was one of the guys in the trades the Indians made with the Padres. Now they're needing to stretch him out, and the Indians just have a knack of whoever they throw out there seemingly turns into a good pitcher. So that's kind of what we were playing, is that Quantrill and the Indians' pen is going to be vastly superior to the pitching the Tigers are going to put out there. We're getting a decent value here. This is games under minus 200. That the Indians offensively are probably equal or still a little better than the Tigers. Pitching-wise, they're much better than the Tigers. So there's definitely value here. I think we're probably talking about something that ain't going to happen because haven't known Pittsburgh Louie to lie to me yet. So he says this game is already rained out. So that sucks. The Yankees, that's the top play. I like playing against Ohtani as far as a pitcher goes. I like Ohtani. I think he's a great story. 2 home runs last night. The guy offensively is right now on a roll, on a real roll. He's carrying the Angels, but right now he's the only guy, from what I could tell, that's really doing much of anything in that Angels lineup. And he's going to pitch. I think that's too much. I think that takes away from his hitting in that I know this, and you're going to hang your hat on this and bet you're crazy, but it's just an anecdotal story. When I had to pitch, when I was in senior ball, I never got any hits those days. For whatever reason, I just, those were always 0 for 4s. I don't know why, but the days I didn't pitch, I could get some hits. But days I pitched, I could not get anything going offensively. I don't know why, but maybe it just, your mind is geared towards the mound. That's kind of what you're thinking is that, I'm not going to win or lose this game at the plate. I'm going to win or lose this game on the mound. And that's what So I kind of think that'll take Ohtani out of his offensive game. Herman's one of the great winners. This guy gets out there on the mound and the Yankees win. For whatever reason, if you use the Mitch Williams theory that pitchers win and lose based on whether the team likes them or not, well, the Yankees must love the hell out of this guy because they hit the ball all over the place for Herman. He wins at a 65-plus clip. We like the Yankees. That's a cheap price to get the Yankees, who are pretty much playing with a full deck here. Brian Cashman, he slammed the team the other day. I think if the Yankees can keep this unit healthy for 3-4 weeks, they're going to take off. They're going to win some games. So Yankees, that's a top play. The Blue Jays, this is a hell of a tough price here. 200. But I don't know. I just think we have to go ahead here. Sheffield hasn't been good. The hope is that the Blue Jays are just going to hang 5-6 on the Mariners fast, and the Mariners will just go away. Just, okay, all right, let's take the L and move on. Head to the next city. But Sheffield has not been good. The Blue Jays are putting out a murderer's row lineup right now, centered around MVP Guerrero. The guy's hitting like 340 with all kind of, he's like 1,100 and 1,200 OPS. It's crazy. So it's a steep price. Matz is going to be short. He's on a pitch count, but I think the Blue Jays, for the most part, have their best bullpen guys available, so should get okay pitching out of the Blue Jays. Probably enough to match what the Mariners are going to do. Games, a quote home game for the Blue Jays. It's a steep price, but we'll do it. We'll do it. The model says the Blue Jays got about an 80% chance of winning. That number, 204, equates to 66, so maybe 67. So there's value there. And then our last, I left this in there. All right, I left this one in there. I was a little hesitant about this one. We're going to go with the Twins, and we're going to say it's a top play, that this is the Twins circle the wagons game, if you will. They got to get some games here. They had a winnable game last night, didn't get it. They're playing better. You know what? I'm going to put 2 stars on this. I'm changing it in mid-fly. I don't trust the Twins. I don't trust the Twins, and I don't think it's prudent to call this a top play. We're going to put 2 stars on this one. It's worth playing, but be careful. Be careful. It's not I may just delete it altogether. I'm really getting a bad feeling about this game. I don't know. Yeah, you know what? Forget I said anything about the Twins. Just delete that. We're just going to drop that game off. I don't want it. It makes me nervous. The Twins, they're just finding ways to lose. And even though they have a relatively, for what passes for them, a full deck, they're just finding ways to lose. And their pitching's not very good. So I don't like it. The model loves it. I'm throwing it out. You're not going to see it on the board there. Do not take the Twins. Or if you do, it's at your own risk. I claim no credit if you take the Twins. I apologize for that. I shouldn't have that kind of thing happen. Normally I don't. Whatever's on the board, that's what I do. But I don't know. We're making it up on the fly here. I guess my mind is scattered by these Trevor Bauer allegations. At any rate, that's all we got here for you today. So, hey, hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new, and we'll try to get, well, Pittsburgh Louie got you some winners. I didn't, but maybe today. You know, today's a better day. Something about Tuesdays, I think for whatever reason, we lose on Tuesday. That's what I've been kind of, I need to crunch the numbers, but that's kind of my feel. So it's not Tuesday, it's Wednesday, and I think we generally do okay on Wednesdays. So we're looking for a bounce back day today. That's what we're looking for. Good, great, thanks. Appreciate yous. We'll see you tomorrow. Eric Arnold, out.